Rain likely today, high 60. Thunderstorms tonight, the low 45. Clouds and 52 on Tuesday. For Wednesday and Thursday, scattered showers, the highs each day around 65. And the outlook for Friday, mostly cloudy with a high 55. Overnight low 52. Yesterday's high was 65. Currently, humidity is at 59%. Winds from the south at 7 miles an hour. The pressure at 30.26. Overcast skies right now. We've got 54 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Mark,
morning.
That's Galen over there. Galen Dunn's with us.
No, it's not Galen.
Glenn. It's always been Glenn, but it's really Galen. And Mark Turner over there. Mike Dreeth here. Wow, a lot of things talked about. First of all, we got Galen here.
Hey,
on
whoa. What's the deal here? Excuse me just a minute.
We were waiting for you to change the clocks.
I've got work to do.
Go right ahead. Galen did
Once
this
again, I'm taking care of the big guy.
Galen did this for years for me at the college. You know, there's a lot of clocks at that college.
Oh, boy. I'll be back in about 5 minutes.
You keep on. We've got plenty to talk about before you get back here.
Make sure it's nice.
It's very nice. Thank you. He's doing the work. There's clocks all over this place, and they're all wrong.
And he brought us in some pork chop sandwiches.
Man, they're good. I had one, and you've got to have a blood work, and
Yeah,
you can't have
I gotta
one.
go to the doctor here in just a bit. So,
Tell you what, yesterday it looked like that the Fairfield Rural Fire people were going past my house every hour, on the hour.
I heard him quite a bit yesterday.
5 times they made runs yesterday. And that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You'd think you wouldn't be burning anything when there's that kind of wind.
No, common sense dictates that you don't.
As Galen changes the clocks, it reminds me we've lost an hour of sleep. Do you feel it? Did you feel this morning?
Not really.
I did. I sure did.
Not really.
We had an interesting weekend. We went over to the Metro East, watch basketball, watch the kids play basketball.
Yeah.
Then I had last week, I don't know how many tons of great big rocks that are like 10 pounds apiece, dumped out near our pond out on the property.
Oh, were you rip-rapping or
Yeah.
something? Okay.
Yeah. Carol did most of the work. If somebody sees Carol today, just say, Mike said on the radio he did all the work on the rip-rap.
Are you looking to spend some money to
No.
get back in good graces or something?
No. So I just think that'll be fun to see. They get a charge out of you real fast.
Oh, I bet they will.
Yeah. Gail's still working on the clocks. Wanted to say that
There's a lot of clocks around
There's a lot of clocks around. They're all 1 hour behind for some reason.
You can see Galen through the window there.
He's working on the newsroom now. All right, good job. Keep it up, Galen. Get back to us, okay?
I think he's in the AM studio now.
And doing that for Tom now?
Yeah, he's doing it for Tom right now. So,
by the way, we're going to be we're a week and 1 day away from election coverage here.
yeah.
So we're going to do live election coverage. The only thing really to follow are those races for state representative, state senate. We've got some judge races. But in Wayne County,
Nothing really contested locally.
not that I know of. I haven't looked at the
Precinct committeeman or something like that.
Oh, there might
but,
be there.
I mean, but
But I don't think there's anything contested. Oh, no, there's not anything contested. It's going to be hard to find a contested race come November in the county. But
yeah, that's true. Well,
anyway.
I know there'll probably be one for coroner, I think.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there are Republican and Democratic
yes.
candidates for coroner in the
Yes.
county. And
Jimmy's got competition.
we'll have a state rep and we'll have state senate, and
So-
we'll have those races for sure in November.
Jeff Vaughn will be with me here next Tuesday night. We'll have live election coverage, and we'll do it on YouTube as well, so you'll get to see
Personnel, do they have clocks changed, or do you know?
our office folks.
Yes.
They've
I
got
don't
clocks,
know.
I'm sure. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll be back.
Get back here before the end of the hour, okay?
Galen, they're salespeople. They need something to do anyway, so come
That's
on back
right.
in.
Come on back here. They need to get out there. They need to get out there and do that themselves.
Hey, you better buy some batteries, because these clocks are going to go belly up. You're going to have to be changing the time on them next.
You need some AA batteries and some C batteries.
Double A and C. I'll write that down.
Write that on your list, right there.
I'll just post it right here. Double A. Well, thank you. That's
Yeah,
the reason
thanks,
why
Galen.
you were here today. I don't know if you realize that. The reason why I had you come today, because I needed those clocks taken care of. I knew you did it. You did them well for me for many years out at the college.
I carried you all the time
You
out
sure
there.
did.
I'm
So
carrying
Tommy
you
did
here.
All right. Well, now that you're back, how are you doing, by the way?
Merely magnificent.
Well, now he's worn out.
Yeah.
Take a
Sweating
blow.
like a bad preacher.
Take a blow, and we'll do this.
Okay.
Bucket a bunk. Bucket a bunk. Bucket a bunk. The bucket a bunk. Oh, bucket a bunk.
It moves.
You got me rocking and a rolling, rocking and a reeling for the buck.
Bunk, bunk, a bunk. Mickey Gilley is 84 today.
Mm-hmm.
84 years old. He started out singing straight country and western music in the 70s, but he moved towards a more pop-friendly sound in the 80s, bringing him... What?
Pop friendly?
What's wrong now?
Oh, I'm getting some messages from one of our salespeople.
Want to know why Galen won't change their clocks?
No, well, let's see. Libby Lingelfelter. Hey, smart butt, we do listen.
Ah!
And then it says, I don't have a clock.
So you don't have to worry about Libby's office.
Okay.
Anyway, he's had some big hits. A Room Full of Roses.
Girls
Don't the
all
girl-
get purdy at closing
They
time,
do. They
don't
get prettier. They get prettier at closing time. And then the big hit that he had as a part of the Urban Cowboy, and that was Stand By Me, where he recut that one.
Yeah.
And that did well.
Mm-hmm. And he had his big honky tonk down in Pasadena, Texas,
It
right?
it came to be known as the world's biggest honky tonk, Gilley's Club. It had a mechanical bull.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you either one of you ever get on a bull?
Oh, I have.
No.
Well, I think when it threw me, the one I did do,
Yeah.
I was pretty limber. I didn't get hurt.
Were
Was
you
that before
limber?
yoga?
Were you limber or were you lit?
I think both.
Before yoga.
Oh, that was way before yoga.
Ah,
You know,
That was many. Well, look at that. When was Urban Cowboy big? It was in the 80s,
early
wasn't it?
80s, like 81, 82.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
Maybe 80. Early 80s. So.
Yeah, I was younger,
I
much
did
younger.
the mechanical bull one time. I lasted about 4 seconds.
That's
Wow.
not good of you. You
That's-
got to go 8.
Well, he was going real slow.
Mm-hmm.
Then when it hit about 3 seconds, he pumped it up to about 10, and
That's exactly
was
what
out.
happened to me. I had friends that said, come on, we'll leave it on low. Well, you know what happens.
yeah.
I fell for it. I really fell for it. that honky tonk burned down in 1990. I don't know if you realize
I
that.
do remember that.
The rodeo arena portion of it, because there was an actual rodeo arena
Mm-hmm.
portion of the whole thing. It was raised in 2005 to make room for a school, so there's nothing left of
Now
it.
the PBR club, they're at Ballpark Village.
Yeah.
They've got a mechanical bull.
Really?
I believe so.
I think there's one in Fort Worth at the Stockyards as well, if I'm not mistaken.
And there's one at this little place down in the Shawnee Forest.
Really?
Yeah, there's an outdoor thing, and they've got a mechanical bull down there.
I'd recommend you not get on that anymore.
I'm not
big
going to do
guy.
that anymore. I don't think even the yoga would help me.
No.
I think that'd probably not be a good move.
Nope.
I don't get that limber anymore.
Keep going to
Lit.
yoga, you
Or
will.
lit.
Either.
Limber and lit.
By the way, in 2009, Gilley was helping a neighbor move some furniture. Can you imagine? Hey, Mickey, come over here and help me move this couch.
Yeah.
He fell with the love seat falling on top of him. It crushed 4 vertebrae, but apparently he couldn't walk for a while. But apparently he's okay with physical therapy because, he played down here in McLeansboro here a year or two ago, didn't he?
I think so.
I think
I
that's
think
correct.
he was part of one of their celebrations.
He's got a big club out in, or a theater, not a club. He's got a theater in Branson. Or he did at one time.
I'm not sure if he does still.
Okay.
You might be right, though.
Yeah, he puts on a great show.
Yes, absolutely. But he's getting up there.
And he's not very tall.
No, he's a little guy.
Yeah, he's very little.
Let me. So you know what? Wasn't he related?
To Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah.
Yes, he's the cousin of Jerry Lee Lewis and Jimmy Swaggart.
Now
All
that's
of 'em.
that's a combination.
Yeah, they could put together a pretty good trio. Bobby Fischer died in 2008 at the
The
age of
chess
64.
champ.
Yeah, He was the Grand Master, the 11th world chess champion. Many considered him to be the greatest chess player of all time. Dropped out of school when he was a kid just to study chess. At age 14, he became the U.S. chess champion. At 15, he became both the youngest grandmaster at that time and the youngest candidate for the world championship. At age 20, he won the U.S. championship, 11 wins in 11 games. Nobody's ever done that before or since. He won the world championship in 72, beating Boris Spassky, the USSR. That was a Cold War event. Everybody got on both sides of that and were pulling for their respective chess players. He forfeited the title as world champion then, and he became reclusive. Didn't get involved. He came back for a rematch. This is what got him in all kinds of trouble. In 92, he reemerged after not being seen for years to win an unofficial rematch against Spassky, but it was held in Yugoslavia, and that was under a United Nations embargo at the time. His participation was a conflict with the U.S. government. They warned him not to do it, but he did it anyway, and there were warrants put out for his arrest because of it. And he went underground again. He was arrested in Japan in 2004, held for several months for using a passport that from the U.S. government that wasn't
his?
No, well, it wasn't effective. It wasn't
Oh,
active.
Expired.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's what really got him in trouble. After 9/11, this quote was attributed to him. He was living in Iceland at the time. After 9/11, he said, quote, "This just shows you that what goes around comes around, even for the United States."
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can imagine how much trouble he would have gotten in over saying that.
He died of renal failure in Iceland, buried there. End of story. So Bobby didn't go out being
He didn't
wrapped
go out
in
like a champ.
Well, he didn't go out wrapped in the red, white, and blue. I'll
No.
tell you that much. Emmanuel Lewis is 49. You're
Webster.
talking, yes, at 49 today. Webster is 49 years old.
Can you believe that?
He had a very strong friendship with Michael Jackson for several years.
Yeah.
The two met when Jackson invited Lewis to the set of the Thriller music video, teaching him how to dance. Taught him how to do the moonwalk.
Yeah.
Can you do that, big guy?
Oh, sure.
Since
I can
you've
do that.
had yoga.
I do it in yoga to warm up
Yeah.
prior to yoga, along with Billy the goat. You should see him do it. Oh, it's amazing. Anyway, their friendship between Emmanuel Lewis and Michael Jackson went public in '84. Both attended the 26th annual Grammy Awards together. That's a sight. Michael Jackson, remember the Pepsi commercial where his head exploded?
Or caught on fire or
Caught
whatever.
on fire. Not exploded.
Explode.
Well, it was a grease fire. Let's put it that way. Anyway, he stayed at Emmanuel Lewis's place
Really?
to recover. Yeah. Lewis was the first child spokesperson for what company?
I don't know.
He was the first spokesperson for Burger King, the Whopper.
Okay.
Yes, I'm telling you this. On this date, March 9th, in 1454, quite a ways back in history, Amerigo Vespucci was born in Florence, Italy. He was a German map maker, and he's the one that named,
America.
yes, not Columbus, Amerigo Vespucci is the reason why we're America, United States of America. Jean-Pierre Blanchard made the first balloon flight in 1793 in America. That event was witnessed by George Washington. 1832, right here in this state, Abraham Lincoln announced that he would run for a political office for the first time. He was unsuccessful in his run for a seat in the Illinois state legislature. 1863, Ulysses S. Grant, a general, appointed commander-in-chief of the Union forces. In 1949, the first all-electric dining car was placed in service on the Illinois Central Railroad.
Okay.
Boy, it seems like it would have been sooner than that, don't you think?
I would have thought so.
1949.
I would have thought so.
69, the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour was canceled by CBS TV. It became really controversial. Some of the humor, the anti-Vietnam War humor, got them in trouble. 1985, Gone with the Wind went on sale in video for the first time in video stores.
Have you watched that movie?
Unfortunately, many times. It's my wife's favorite movie.
Mark, have you?
Oh, I've seen it several times.
Okay.
I mean, it's beautiful.
Ashley.
Frankly,
I would
Scarlett.
I would eat potatoes before, or potatoes.
One of the great bits on Carol Burnett when she did the
Oh yeah.
The thing on the wall.
she did the drapes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was I have to say that Scarlett was a beautiful woman,
Oh yeah.
and Clark Gable was the perfect person for that role. So it was. I mean, I liked it the first 100 times that I saw it, but it's kind of worn on me by virtue of my
Age.
marital status.
Oh, okay.
Okay. 2011, Illinois Governor Pat Quinn. It's hard to remember him among the governors. He's the only one that's not in prison, I think, or formerly in prison. He signed legislation that abolished the death penalty in the state of Illinois. That was 9 years ago today that happened. In music news, 1975, Elvis Presley began his final recording session at RCA's Hollywood Studios. And in 1976, Keith Moon, and this is going to be hard for you to believe, he collapsed on stage at the start of a concert at Boston Garden. I believe alcohol or some other
Substance?
was involved. Galen Dunn, who's he's made his swipe through the studios.
Yep.
He's done his job. Now you can go home, Galen.
Physically exhausted.
Took care of everything. We sprung forward here at the radio station. He's our guest. The Carnaby Square question of the day is, do you ever accept a Facebook friend request from someone you don't know personally? There's a pretty definitive answer on that. We'll be back with more morning coffee and this question of the day after this break.
The new season starts at Carnaby. Their fashions are screaming, hello, spring. Multiples, the perfect mix and match brands, offers 4 groups from casual to Easter. Their tribal Charlie B clothes head features on-trend sporty looks. Lucky Bird has arrived with new designs along with Jess and Jane. Brighton's designers have added new birthday charms, including Sweet 16 and new Keeper of the Charm necklaces. With a $100 Brighton in-store purchase, receive free Love Dove's Jewelry Travel Roll. Perfect for keeping your treasures close while traveling. Carnaby Square is open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5, and late on Thursdays.
Hi, I'm Jeff Fleming. Democracy is about finding the best solution everyone can live with. That is what I do every day in my law practice. As your state senator, I will never compromise my core principles like the right to life, lower taxes, and the Second Amendment. On other issues, we need to work together. With the Democrat supermajority in Springfield, gaining support is necessary to pass bills that protect what we believe in. Vote for action. Vote for me, Jeff Fleming, in the Republican primary on March 17. Paid for by Citizens for Jeff Fleming.
Vote Andy Hires for state representative. I was raised in a blue-collar Jasper County family that instilled in me the love of God, country, and family. I will fight to protect the unborn. I will fight to protect your Second Amendment right. I will fight to strengthen the economy. I will fight to strengthen public safety in our district. I will hold the line on higher taxes. I have over 26 years in law enforcement, including my service as Richland County Sheriff since 2006. I am unafraid and unashamed to fight for you. Paid for by Friends of Andy Hires.
It's a March Madness Automotive Shootout at J. Wilderman Autoplex in Mount Carmel. Giant slam dunk savings on every new Ford, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram. 0% up to 72 months on select vehicles. Up to $15,000 off Rams and F-150s. Up to $9,000 off Journeys. Over 300 pre-owned vehicles have giant March Madness savings for this money-saving event. Over 70 vehicles, $79 to $199 per month with approved credit. See all the bargains at jwildermanautoplex.com. Stop by for a friendly buying experience.
You know how they say the grass is always greener? Well, at F&B it is. We're pleased to announce new rewards checking account products to help you milk your account for all it's worth. You won't find another cash cow like this anywhere. You can call it an easy way to grow your money. We call it Moolah Cash and Moolah Cash Back. Give us a call or visit us online at fnbcommunitybank.com to learn more. FNB, banking, business, life. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another time capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when a jury in Santa Monica found O.J. Simpson guilty in a civil trial and ordered him to pay $33 million to the families of Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman? Chinese leader Deng Xiaoping died. Jeff Gordon became the youngest driver to win the Daytona 500. At the Grammys, the big winners were Eric Clapton, Celine Dion, and 14-year-old Leanne Rimes. 65 million people tuned in to see Schindler's List on NBC. In the theaters, the hot new flicks were Sling Blade, Shine, and The English Patient.
You promise? I promise. I'll come back for you.
Meanwhile, back on the radio, the new music sounded like this. Have we stumped you? Well, the answer and a chunk of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
They came from every corner of the country, from small towns and big cities. But they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines, a tough and determined few dedicated to protecting everything we hold sacred. And still, they come. Celebrate the history of those proud few who have earned the title Marine.
Today on Hey Culligan, smoother skin for the win. We've got Claire in Delaware.
Hey Culligan, the water in my shower makes my skin feel like I'm 90.
Okay, first off, Claire, are you 90?
No.
Okay, second, how do you feel about high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan? Actually, Claire, how do you feel about smoother skin and luxurious hair?
Oh my gosh, love it, have to have it.
OMG indeed, Claire. We're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with a local Culligan water expert at heyculligan.com.
February 1997.
Celine Dion and All By Myself, the top song of February 1997. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another time capsule.
Hi, folks. This is Courtney Koch, Republican candidate for Circuit Judge. This has been an exciting campaign, but on March 17 it will come to a close. We are traveling many miles and meeting many wonderful people in all 12 counties. I want to thank everyone who is helping us on this journey. Now it's time to vote, and whether you vote early or on March 17, I ask for your vote in this close race. I'm the highest rated candidate with the most experience. I'm ready to be your judge on day one.
Paid for by Courtney Cox for Judge Committee.
We're back. And this could be interesting because I'm the only one in the room that has his own Facebook page.
Yeah. That's correct.
You don't. You
No.
probably don't even have a microphone on, do you?
I do now.
You have one that you share with your wife.
I do.
Galen, you don't have one at all.
No.
How do you survive, dude?
Oh, it's easy. I'm sort of off the grid.
And you like that?
Well, yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, the question of the day was, the Carnaby Square question of the day, Carnaby Square, the fashion leader in downtown. There you are.
Christy does a great job down there.
Christy, if you need your clocks, you need them to move forward an hour, I got the guy for you right here. He does it. He does it for free.
You bet. Call me, Christy.
Don't send him a Facebook message, though, because he won't get it.
Oh, she sent it to Margaret. Margaret would tell me.
Margaret's got one. So
Yeah,
that's how
yeah.
you survive. Anyway, the question was, do you ever accept a Facebook friend request from someone you don't know personally? Now, I'm going to say that what I do is I look at the like friends, the mutual friends. And if there's enough of them and they're from town here or they're from, my old towns, often I'll ask Carol, do you remember this person and is this a good move? I'll ask her. Anyway, more often, I say 90% of the time, I will not accept a person unless I know them. But our listeners and the people, by the way, 2,200 people saw this. There were 324 votes. 83% of the people say no. They have to know you personally before they'll accept you as a Facebook friend.
That's probably a good practice.
I think so, too. I think you're right. Gordy says, yes, but I usually ask one of their friends, which is exactly
the way you do it.
The way I do it, yeah. Valerie says, I have occasionally. If it's a friend of a friend or family member, and I know who they are, it's a good way to meet new people. Having too many friends, real friends, not necessarily Facebook friends, isn't a bad thing. Stacy says, due to running her own business, it's a good thing to do. Social media is a big part of their advertising. Linda says, only once a person in a group with me who had similar interests, and only after conversing with her for months. So she was reluctant in doing it.
Guarded.
Clara says, depends on whether we know some of the same people, and Roger says, sometimes. So, and how many friends, do you have any idea? Yours is with your wife. How many friends do you think you have?
I don't know.
Because you don't do any. You let her do most of the posting, don't you?
I don't do a lot. Every once in a while I'll post something, but it's very, very seldom.
I know how many friends you got.
Very few.
I think I have about 1,400. But they're spread all over the country.
No, I've got friends all over the country. But I don't know that we have that many.
Glenn, you know your HVAC, don't you?
Brian Ridenauer, Wayne City area. Wayne City graduate, lives in Mount Vernon area. He's the guy to call.
He'll come up. Thank you. Look at this. I don't even give him copy. And he knows what he's talking about. Yes, Brian Ridenauer.
Geothermal, all that.
Well, he's going to be at the Wayne White Co-op meeting coming up. He's going to be there, right there at the Wayne City High School where he graduated. Brian Ridenauer, HVAC. He will help you with geothermal questions at that meeting, or anytime. You can call him 24 hours. And he also has Rude and Payne furnaces that he can do for air conditioning just around the corner, by the way. So you might as well get that taken care of now.
Could be this afternoon. Could be tomorrow.
Maybe.
Oh, I doubt that very much.
Could have to have that heat this afternoon or tomorrow.
You might. You never know. Anyway, he'll be at that meeting. He'll answer questions for you. There's a great advantage to having the geothermal because you get a $1,500 rebate from Wayne White Co-op if you're inside the co-op. And there's a federal tax credit as well. But give him a call. Let me give you his number. 618-214-2593. Give him a call. Brian Ridenauer. Tell him you heard about it on Morning Coffee. And Morning Coffee moves on now. Glenn?
Yes, sir.
You're a cruise fanatic, aren't you?
We do enjoy cruises, yes.
Well, tell us about your most recent.
A cruise-a-maniac? Well,
yeah. Have you ever gone on a cruise? You've never gone on a cruise?
Oh, they're awesome.
We've done two. One was really positive.
Unless you count getting a boat and cruising around like Barkley Lake in Kentucky.
No. We're talking one of those big suckers that's rife with coronavirus.
I have been on one, though.
Oh, you have?
I've been on one, but I've never actually been on a cruise.
Help someone move on or what?
Well, my stepfather passed away last year. They were on a cruise, so we had to go down and pick up my mom in New Orleans.
Oh, really? That's where we... Well, okay.
Well, we've done two. One was bad. We were deep in the ship.
You don't want to be there.
No. Second one was the Alaska one we did last July, where we had a beautiful little patio outside. Oh, it's
balcony, nice,
fantastic. But you just got back from one a couple weeks ago, and at the beginning of this whole virus thing. And how did that work for you?
Well,
and by the way, the cruise industry is in desperate trouble because of this thing, right?
Yeah, they're in a bind right now. It was interesting. We didn't know what to expect. We'd received notifications if you'd been to China, if you had a passport from China, they weren't going to let you on the ship.
That's it.
And if you were a U.S. citizen and had been in China for the past 15 days, guess what? You're not going on the cruise. And they said they were going to take all the precautions to make sure everyone was healthy and safe as they boarded the ship. And so Mark and I thought, well, okay, we'll build in a little extra time. So we get to the counter, and give them our paperwork, and they said, well, how you feeling? Feel great. And I said, okay, go ahead and get on ship. And that was it. I mean, we thought, they might, take temperature or some sort of screening thing. No. I mean, and who, you have money invested. Who's going to say at the time you get to the counter, well, I got this hacking cough.
Yeah.
But I think I'm okay. They just, I think we didn't see anyone sick.
I bet you it's different now. That
It
was a
might
couple
be.
weeks ago, right?
Yeah, it was.
I bet you now there's a whole regimen you have to go through, I would think. Because look at this. I mean, they're docking that one that was on the West Coast. It's getting docked in Oakland. They say it's going to take all day. There was, I think 20 people that were infected. It's going to take all day. The 20 are going to be off first, then everybody else, then they're going to have to...
Well, I think most of the time when you get off on a cruise, it does take most of the day, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, we got back into New Orleans, I don't know, like 9 o'clock or something in the morning, and we were off, maybe it's 8 o'clock. We were off the ship in a couple of hours because the turnaround on those days are really quick. I mean, they're getting you off. They don't love you anymore when your week's over. And
they're getting ready for the next group.
Right, and then there's another group coming on by 11:30, 12 o'clock in the morning. And
But
so
you think probably they didn't take it real seriously a couple of weeks ago.
it didn't seem to us that they did.
Huh.
Now, maybe if you were someplace else in the world, maybe. But we didn't see much there for that.
Stock market is cratering this morning. The trading has been halted for 15 minutes to be able to get things back together, but stock market's going down very low.
I heard that at the Trough of Knowledge this morning at McDonald's.
You did?
Yep.
You bellied up to the trough.
You betcha. That's the original Trough of
Probably
Knowledge.
some old guys sitting around talking about old women and...
No, they're just old guys. They don't talk.
All right, well, here's an interesting story, I thought, from Shreveport, Louisiana. A brand new principal at Shreveport, Louisiana, is causing quite a stir after announcing a prom dress code.
Uh-oh.
See what you think about this. Local media outlets report that Southwood High School principal Kim Pendelman sent a text out last week saying she would need a photo of every prom dress in order to give required approval. In the message to over 1,500 students, the principal also included guidelines like no sheer or revealing dresses, no excessive cleavage, and not to purchase any dress until it's given final approval.
Ooh. It's a little late because
most of those start that
most
early.
girls already had their dresses bought.
Many have taken issue with the requirements only being addressed towards female attire. Well, I don't have to worry about my cleavage, Well, Students plan to voice their issues at an upcoming school assembly.
That'd be a walkout or something.
There's going to be some parents that have already bought a dress, don't you think? Going to be very upset.
Yeah.
But you got to give her. I got to give her a little bit of credit. Some of this stuff gets way out of hand.
Yeah, it does.
See, by having boys, I mean, we never did have to worry about the dress deal, but
me neither.
Those can be quite expensive.
Yes,
and the
they
dress is
can.
expensive, but as a friend of mine said, the accessories is what really gets you.
Hold on a second.
Oh, am I not on?
There, I got to do that.
You're blocking me? Was I out of focus?
I know from having a girl, we spent quite a bit of money over the 4 years of high school.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure.
Bet you did. Justin Bieber.
And that's not counting the 8th grade dances, 7th and 8th grade dances. So.
Sweetheart dances and things like that, yeah.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah, the Biebinator.
The Biebinator is making some last-minute changes to his upcoming tour. That's because of very slow ticket sales.
Oh, I can believe that.
Sources say that some of the star's larger shows planned for the Changes tour have not been selling well. They say Bieber and his manager have decided to downsize some of the concerts in smaller markets to avoid heavy losses on the 45-day tour. 8 stadium shows have been moved to smaller arenas. You'd figure sooner or later the Biebs would hit the wall. By the way, James Taylor set a Billboard record He just released a new album. This latest album, it's an American standards album. You know, he plays the standards.
The classics.
The classics. That makes Taylor. It's on the Billboard chart this week in the top 10. He's the first person to earn a top 10 album in each of the last 6 decades. Well, it started in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
His first top 10 album was Sweet Baby James in 1970. Does that count as the 1960s? I don't think so. Maybe I was wrong.
No.
James Taylor will be on tour this summer with Jackson Brown. That would be worth seeing.
That would be a good one.
I'd rather see Jackson Brown than James Taylor.
I'm more of a James Taylor
It's
guy.
the JV and JT tour.
There you go. Disgraced movie producer Harvey Weinstein has suffered an injury behind bars. TMZ reports that Weinstein was in a cell with 2 other prisoners
Yeah.
when he reportedly slipped and fell on the floor and hit his head. I'm sorry.
Higher ground, Mike. Higher ground.
Those floors are historically slick in the
In the
Rikers
big house. In the
Island
big
area.
house.
Yeah. I bet he slipped and met the floor with his head. Oh, my. No word on his condition, by the way. The new Disney film Onward is the top movie in the U.S. and Canada, earning $40 million in its debut last week.
You know, we could put out a video or a film of morning coffee, and if we put Disney's morning coffee on it, we'd make $1 million.
Do better than some of this stuff that's out there.
Yeah.
The Invisible Man second. It was first last week, if you remember. $15 million for it. Ben Affleck's new film.
I want to see that one.
Yeah, it sounds good.
The
yeah,
new
like
one?
It'd be a good
It
one.
does.
The Ben Affleck one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Way Back.
Mm-hmm.
That's the coach, right?
It's a basketball movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Coach that had alcohol problems or something.
I might want to see that as well. It's selling $8.5 million worth of tickets in its first weekend. So, hey, lawmakers in Alabama are looking to overturn a quarter-century ban on yoga being practiced in public schools. Maybe I can go down and teach.
There you go. Be an adjunct.
Bring Jimmy the goat. Go on
I
down.
thought it was Billy or something like that.
No,
Jimmy.
it's Jimmy.
It's Jimmy the goat ever since the beginning of
He
our
just
yoga.
said it wrong earlier.
Oh, he did.
Did I say Billy the goat?
Yeah, you did. You did say Billy Goat.
I slipped and fell on the cell floor.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Anyway, they're sponsoring a new bill. It passed the Education Policy Committee that allows schools to offer yoga as an elective now. It was banned 25 years ago. Here's another one. They're going to have another one of those Beatle auctions. Oh, my. 300 items plus at an auction next week, including Paul McCartney's handwritten lyrics for Hey Jude. You know how much that's going to go for?
Yeah, quite a bit of money.
$300,000 is the opening bid, I think.
Wow, man.
No. $160,000.
Okay. Well, I bet it goes 300,000.
It probably will.
All right, Galen Dunn with trivia
You
today.
got trivia. Don't you have? It's only on Thursday, Friday that we talk about what's going on downtown.
That's
isn't
right.
it? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No Leave It to Beaver trivia this time.
We're a fan of the Beaver.
Sorry about that, Sheldon. Okay. Well, where's the peanut gallery?
They'll be here for the answers.
They are congregating around the pork chops.
Most of these are you
By
smarter?
the way, Galen brought pork chops. I'm just saying that's a big draw.
Most of these are you smarter than a 5th grade trivia?
Oh, that's not good.
All right. A challenge this morning.
Not good.
If the big guy, Mike Dreeth, is in the woods facing north and turns 90 degrees to his right, what direction is he now facing?
90 degrees.
To his right.
To his right.
All right.
In the woods.
Yeah, okay.
There's only one of two answers.
If you take the square root of 16 and add it to the square root of 9, the answer you get is a square root of what other number?
I don't like math questions this early in the morning. I just don't like them.
Mexico is bordered on the south by Belize and what other Central American country?
Mexico is bordered on the south. Okay. I got an educated guess.
Edumacated guess.
An edumacated guess.
Which of the following is the scientific term for an organism that makes its food from inorganic materials? Autotroph, embryotroph, or heterotroph?
All right.
What is the correct spelling for a system built to carry water?
I think I know that one. Pretty sure I know that one.
Higher ground, Mike. Higher ground. Let's see.
PIPE.
I already wrote CANAL.
Higher ground, Mark. If Mark Turner plans on visiting the 3 tallest mountains in the world, what continent will he be visiting?
All right, I think I know that one.
How many is that?
That's 6.
6, okay.
When you come back, though, we will be giving you a test. We'll be seeing if you have a fever or anything like that when you come back.
Which of these rivers lies entirely within the U.S.? Colorado, Mississippi, or Yukon?
I know that.
What month is named for the Roman god of war?
The Roman god of war.
I think I know that one.
Now, this is not smarter than a 5th grader question. Name the top 3 countries with the oldest population, ages 65 and older.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
2 more, maybe 3.
Well.
Who did William Shakespeare marry when he was just 18?
Okay, I know that.
5th graders know that?
No, this is not.
Okay.
The last ones are not 5th grader questions. Where was Richard Nixon when he delivered the infamous "I am not a crook" speech?
I know that one.
Well, I can tell you generally.
And what was the first commercial product that had a barcode?
The first commercial product. But these are good questions.
Yeah, they are.
All right, good. Galen Dunn's here. He's served it up. Now we've got to see whether or not.
No Leave It to Beaver trivia.
No Leave It to Beaver. Not anything about Ward or Wally or anything else. We'll be back with more Warning Coffee and the answer to trivia right after this.
All growers be advised. Reports of yield-robbing diseases have been spotted trespassing in your area. Miravis Top fungicide is now responding. It's the only fungicide custom-built for the toughest conditions growers face and designed to set up a powerful perimeter in fields like yours. Ask your local Syngenta retailer or sales rep about how Miravis Top can help you keep control of your fields with a new standard of plant health and protect against trespassing diseases. Over and out. Always read and follow label instructions.
Sierra HPC has recently enhanced provider availability at our Fairfield location. Matt Brown is a physician's assistant and Allison Frost is a nurse practitioner and have recently joined our team and are excited to serve you. Both provide a full spectrum of healthcare for all your family members regardless of age. Call 618-842-4470 to schedule your appointment at the Fairfield Community Health Center.
Justice David Overstreet is running for 5th District Supreme Court to replace retiring Justice Lloyd Carmeier. Justice Overstreet has been rated highly recommended for Supreme Court by the Illinois Bar Association, scoring high above his Republican opponent on temperament, fairness, impartiality, and legal ability. David Overstreet is a constitutional conservative that will continue to stand up for our God-given rights and freedoms with fairness, honesty, and integrity. On March 17th, choose the highly recommended candidate. Elect David Overstreet, Supreme Court Justice.
Paid for by Overstreet 2020.
Mary Miller is Illinois Farm Bureau Activator's choice in the Republican primary for the open 15th Congressional District seat. Mary is a mother, grandmother, and fighter who's motivated to go to Washington to protect the economic interests of Farm Bureau members back home. Mary Miller is a principled, conservative leader who understands the challenges rural Illinoisans face. Mary's ready to roll up her sleeves, take on special interests, and go to work for you. Vote Mary Miller for Congress Tuesday, March 17th. This message paid for by Illinois Farm Bureau Activator.
Hello, this is Representative Darren Bailey. As we recently witnessed, it is critical that our system of justice be fair and impartial. That's why I'm supporting Matthew Hartrick for Circuit Court Judge in the 2nd Judicial Circuit. He knows justice and liberty go hand in hand. You cannot have one without the other. Matthew Hartrick's experience both as a prosecutor and public defender make him uniquely qualified to hold this critical position on the bench. Fighting for justice from both sides of the courtroom, Matthew Hartrick knows fairness, impartiality, and compassion are three critical characteristics every judge must exemplify. Matthew Hartrick has defended our communities from those who would do harm, and he's defended the personal freedom and liberty of individuals, guaranteeing their rights. This is Representative Darren Bailey. I highly recommend Matthew Hartrick for Circuit Judge in the 2nd Judicial Circuit.
This is Matthew Hartrick, and I approve this message. This ad placed and paid for by Matthew Hartrick for Judge.
And as we do every Monday and Thursday, it's time to talk with someone from Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler. This morning, it's Jeff Black. Good morning, Jeff.
My name is Jeff Black, and I am running for Salesman of the Week, and I would greatly appreciate your support. I guarantee a car for every driveway, and most driveways, too.
And you approve this message, right?
And I approve this message, and it's paid for by Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler.
What do you got going on?
Spurfield, Illinois.
What do you got going on down there, Jeff?
Hey, yesterday was such a pretty day. There was a lot of people out on motorcycles and convertibles, and I got to work this morning and just thought, we got a 2014 Camaro 2SS. It's a super sport Camaro convertible. 44,000 miles on this dude, and you can drive it home. You talk about making the favorite person in your life happy. $20,999 is all it costs for this high-end Camaro convertible, and we've got it sitting here, nice, ready to go.
All right. What color is it?
It is white with black top. It's got black leather interior. It is beautiful.
All
it
right.
is nice, good, clean car. And then I've got another one sitting here, a local trade we just got. If sometimes some of us get ourselves in a little bind, get in a little trouble once in a while, we've got to make somebody happy. 2000's Cadillac ATS sedan. This thing has only got 9,000 miles on it. It's a local trade-in.
9,000 miles?
You said a 2000 model?
Excuse me, it is a 2017.
Only 9,000 miles.
With 9,000 miles, asking $22,875. That's like a very expensive car for only $22,875.
And
it's like brand new.
And you get the lifetime warranty, right?
Forever. Warranty forever. As long as you're alive and you've got that car, you've got a warranty on the powertrain.
That is quite a couple of deals for a Monday morning, Jeffrey.
That's right.
All right, man. Appreciate the visit. You can check them out online at lemansonline.com, right?
That's right. LeMansOnline.com, and send us a crowd, fellas.
All right. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it very much.
Guys. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Jeff Black from Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler.
Radar Weather is sponsored by Conard Financial Group at 510 West Delaware in Fairfield, with securities offered through Raymond James. Conard Financial Group, investing in the community since 2003.
The deadline for filing your tax return is April 15th, but did you know that it's also the last day to contribute to a tax-deductible IRA for the previous year? Conard Financial Group can help you take advantage of tax-deferred benefits and possibly even help you earn a deduction when you make last year's IRA contribution. Call Conard Financial Group at 842-7855 to learn how. Raymond James Financial Services, member FINRA, SIPC. Life well planned.
Fairfield area weather forecast. Rain likely today, high 60. Thunderstorms tonight, low 45. Clouds and 52 tomorrow. Wednesday and Thursday, scattered showers, highs each day in the mid-60s. Overnight low 52. Yesterday's high was 65. Currently, humidity at 62%. Winds out of the south at 6 miles an hour. And the pressure at 30.27. Some light rain right now, and we've got 55 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. And radar shows that light rain moving up from the southwest right now, moving to the northeast through the Wayne County area. Radar weather brought to you this morning by the Conard Financial Group.
We're back on Morning Coffee, and we've got Galen Dunn here. Galen's already taken care of all the clocks. The peanut gallery is formed out here in the hallway, and
they're hoovering.
They're waiting for your questions.
Are you ready?
Go.
If the big guy, Mike Dreeth, is in the woods, facing north and turns 90 degrees to his right, what direction is he now facing?
90 degrees to my right, did you say?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that has to be east.
East.
That's correct, and he still couldn't kill a deer.
Well, if the big guy fell out of a tree, would he fall facing the east or the west?
Yeah, that's
there
right.
you go.
Mike!
Oh, no, don't do that.
If you take the square root of 16, add it to the square root of 9, the answer you get is the square root of what other number?
49.
49, according to the peanut gallery as well.
That's correct. That's correct.
Woof! We got some smart folks out here.
They are extremely intelligent.
Yeah.
Mexico is bordered on the south by Belize and what other Central American country?
I have two written down, so it's got to be one of these, either Costa Rica or Honduras.
I'm going to say Guatemala.
It is Guatemala.
I'm wrong. 0 for 2 for me.
Now, the next question pronunciations may not be quite correct.
1 for 2. 1 and 2.
Well, I was 0 for 2 on that question. I had two guesses, and both of them were wrong.
I thought you meant on the questions total.
No.
Which of the following is a scientific term for an organism that makes its food from inorganic materials? I say autotroph, embryotroph, or heterotroph. That may not be just quite correct pronunciation.
I'm just going to be guessing. Number 3.
I'm going with A. Autotroph.
What did you say, Mr. Vaughn? Autotroph.
A. Correct.
What is the... Now, be nice about this. What is the correct spelling for a system built to carry water?
I said CANAL.
AQUADUCT.
Spell that again.
AQUADUCT. Oh, it's AG, isn't it?
Excuse me, Mr. Vaughn?
Do it.
Aqueduct. How do you spell that? I can't hear him.
Get in here.
With an E, not an A.
With an E, not an A. You have any idea if that's right?
AQUEDUCT.
All right.
Now, a little story behind this.
But I did get it right. I just didn't spell it correctly.
I was right, too. Canal was right.
One year, Colin was, I guess, fortunate enough to be able in the Wayne County Spelling Bee.
Right.
And he was a pretty good speller. So he gets to the spelling bee, and we had prompted him to say, if you don't understand the question or the word, ask for it again in a sentence, all this. And he had watched it on television, even the Scripps Howard thing from Washington, D.C. So the word was given to him. Don't remember what it was, but it was a word he knew. And a person I'm not going to identify, still is here in Fairfield, though, was a pronouncer. So Colin says, could you use that word in a sentence? And the guy did. And Colin said, well, there are definitions of it. And finally, Colin says, well, what's the language of origin? And the guy said, Latin.
Really?
I think he just made it up.
Yeah.
Just guessed. And I'll tell you after we get off the radio who that was. Which of these rivers is entirely in the U.S.? Colorado, Mississippi, or Yukon?
Mississippi.
I'm going with Mississippi.
It's got to be Mississippi. It starts in Minnesota. It ends in the Gulf.
Mr. Vaughn, you agree? Sure. That's correct.
All right.
If Mark Turner plans on visiting the 3 tallest mountains in the world, what continent will he be visiting?
I want to say Asia.
Asia.
That is correct. What month is named for the Roman god of war?
Mars.
Month.
March. I'm sorry.
March. I'd say
Correct.
March, too.
Name the top 3 countries with the oldest population aged 65 and older.
I think probably one of them is Sweden.
France, Italy, and the U.S.
Japan.
Oh, Japan
well,
is on there,
right.
I'm sure.
Okay.
Japan, Italy, and Germany.
Yeah,
I got one right.
Yeah, I didn't get any.
Where was Richard Nixon when he delivered the infamous "I am not a crook" speech?
I'm going to say Camp David.
Oval Office.
Disney World in Orlando, Florida, at the Contemporary Resort.
I didn't know that. That's an interesting one.
What was the first commercial product that had a barcode?
But you skipped one.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Who did William Shakespeare marry when he was just 18?
Mrs. Shakespeare.
Anne Boleyn.
Anne Hathaway.
Oh, Anne Hathaway.
Okay.
Now, what was the first commercial product that had a barcode?
Borax soap.
I was thinking gum, too.
Very good. It is Wrigley's Juicy Fruit Gum.
Good job. Galen, you not only are a good guest, and a good cook, you're very functional when it comes to the operation of the clock.
And remember, you need to pick up some AA batteries because some of these clocks will fail now. And there's one clock that has a C battery, so you need to get a C battery.
There's a list
okay.
that I have written down. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, guys.
All
Enjoyed
right.
it.
I'll be gone tomorrow, but you're going to carry on, right?
Dave the Big Rig.
Okay, take care. Alexa, play WFIW.
It's time for classic hits from WFIW.
All the important news here first. This is WFIW FM Fairfield, the station listened to, not just heard, 104.9 FM.
Time now for the news, brought to you by Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center in downtown Wayne City, where there's everyday low prices on Serta, Ashley, Catnapper, and Benchcraft mattresses.
This is a Fox News alert. I'm Lillian Wu. A halt to trading on Wall Street at the open as the S&P hits that 7% down point. Stocks under pressure from coronavirus fears, also a fight over oil prices. Meanwhile, the number of those infected